Hello and welcome to the final round of the RTFR calendar for 2024. That's right, Season 2 comes to a close tonight at the 348th ever Rony's Tuesday Fun Race in Live for Speed, live on Sim Broadcasts. Eoin, Valter is our champion. Gabor only needs to start the race to take P2 over Unite, but it's very much game on for the lower positions, with Thamuli holding on to fourth for now.
Yeah, exactly, Pete. Thanks for having me back for the grand finale of the RTFR in 2024. And yeah, congratulations to Antti for sealing that title 2 weeks ago. And then Gabor, just by taking the start, will guarantee second place. So that seems all well and good to me. He has been an excellent driver this season. Just a shame haven't seen him in every round that he could have possibly picked up some more points and made it a special finale. But of course, yeah, look at this battle for fourth. Thamuli, Lorenzo, Arska, all tightly compacted there, 8 points between the three of them. And then you have TJ with 117 points alongside Rony, and Michael, for example, could possibly get closer to them with a bit of luck today. So lots to look forward to.
Yeah, positions still to play for in the final round, which is what we like to see. But there's Victory Lane in the background. Who is going to be up there tonight? We wonder, but there we are. We are at a modified version of the Sprint 1 track at South City, and we're going to enjoy 38 laps around here with the start-finish straight on the back straight. A little bit confusing. Sector 1 is where start-finish usually is, and we're going to be going counterclockwise around this little track, which is going to be fun in the Imprezzive JGT by Ivan CSX, who provides an awful lot of mods in Live for Speed. Ivan is one of the most frequent uploaders, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely a very familiar name in the modding community, so we are very grateful to see so many high-quality mods produced by Ivan and his collaborators there. Very useful to get more people spearheading the project to make sure it's the best it can be. And we're going to see exactly how this Imprezzive can deal with the South City streets and bumps.
There's going to be a few puns tonight, I can tell. But anyway, we'll save those for the spectacle. It is the final round. We are 12 rounds deep into Season 2. The final race green event of the year. And I emphasize green for a reason. Those in the know, and you'll find out if you don't soon. Anyway, that is the kind of the show underway. But let's take a look then at the qualifying results to see how everybody lines up ahead of tonight's 38 lap race around here, and it's Gabor starting off the way he wants to. Do we have Antti Valter on the grid this evening, Owen? I don't think I
don't see him. I don't see him.
Our champion has packed his bags and flown off home for the holidays, which fair enough. He's worked hard, won it with a round to go, but now it's for the battle for P2 between Gubba and Unite. Unite only needs to start the race, but he has bragging rights of a pole position by 0.02 of a second, though, and it's nothing.
Yeah, the teammates are basically paperweight apart, so thin the margin. But of course, Gabor has broken a record today with the pole position, his 35th career pole in Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, which breaks the tie with Botsy, who had 34 last time I checked. So it is a brand new record. Gabor, 35 poles, the best we've ever seen in the series. So congratulations for sealing that record by the end of the season there, Gabor. Well done, as we head to the track now.
Yeah, let's head to the track. Owen, take us away for the lights.
We have practically 29-30 competitors ready to go on the unusual starting point. It is the highway, where you normally just see the back half of a lap, but today it's the beginning. You can see the motorway signs there, and we are racing. Let's see how the teammates get on with, of course, Sufor and El Nano. Full credit to them for locking up the second row. But at the moment, they've got to defend from Koivunen and Dodislaw. But now on the inside, Gabor has to perhaps slow it down a bit more with this protruding wall coming. Unite is the new leader. He's taken the lead away, but they're going to have to be on the brakes very soon now because they're going left instead of straight on in the sprint track layout. So yeah, very smoothly done for most of those drivers there.
Yeah, brilliant start. Very nice sounding car this, as they scream their way up to the penultimate corner set of corners already. 2 apexes here, and then one final kink before the home straight again. Lap 1 is completed, but does he have a whiff of a slipstream? The straight will be gone in a flash. This car is pretty nimble, but it looks like Gabba holds on for the start. We've got a few cars battling side by side. Rovnald and Matty.
Yeah, Matty is through there. Zaban is 5th place at the moment, so it ended up being a difficult start for El Nano. He's down a few positions. So yeah, Unite is in the black livery tonight.
Yeah,
or in bright red. So yeah, it is Unite who took the lead at turn 1. Hasn't let it go so far, but Gabor want to end the season with the best possible note, knowing that next year he'll want one of his prizes back, I'm sure. With Unite, of course, he's got that momentum behind him now. He drove very well last week in XL, so yeah, he has a new lease of life.
Yeah, a move being made here at the back. Who was that just got through? I think that was El Nano.
Right, yeah, so he was 4th on the grid now. He's still stuck in 6th place, losing out to Koivunen. I know he's got a back off Koivunen, beg your pardon, so we retook the position off Pekka, so we should see that reflected now. Yes, there we go. So he's back up to 5th, my mistake. Good to see. And then overcoming that tricky opening, but of course Zuban wants to get himself a bronze medal. And he's got a huge toe now. He'll have the inside line for turn 1 as well, which can provide its advantages if you're on the ball here. So braking now, just before 50 meters. You should be able to use that traction to avoid the wall. Yes, very good. So Zuban, P3.
Yeah, return to form. He's not been around for a short while, but up into a podium position early on, taking the place away from Sufor. Much better start to the race for Sufor today, Eoin, than we've seen over the last few rounds. He hasn't really been a factor at all. But P4 currently and looking pretty slick.
He is, yeah. So the side his teammates about 7/10 apart. Not too shabby for Unite so far. He is pulling away slightly, got a better lap time. That last one, we'll see how they get on this go around. Should be pretty even, yes, 200ths at best. So yeah, Zaban, he will want to use this opportunity to close right down, or maybe unusual line into turn 1, but I think he's gotten away with it. Yeah, it seems the battle for the win is going to be between 4 or 5 drivers at the minute.
Yeah, and El Nano, Sufor's teammate, is both the hunter and hunted at the moment, because Pekka Koivunen is closing in every single time he makes a tiny error. So we'll see if the positions change here pretty soon. But at the moment, Pekka Koivunen is opening up a gap to Lorenzo. The top 6 are pulling away from the rest of the field, and Unite has stretched a bit of a gap. This is a sprint race, remember. This is not an endurance length race, so that gap is going to be difficult for Gabor to close down.
Yeah, of course, yeah. We now have Zamuli and Johnny SVK. Excuse me, it's Johnny SVK against Matty there.
Yeah, Matty.
Yeah, so Matty has tried his best to make a pass, but didn't pay off. Well, he's been slowed down, as a matter of fact, so Johnny got the turn 2 and 3 less than optimal. So we'll hand Matty a little opportunity on the high line for turn 4. He's going to try and switch back using the extended apex here. You'll go downhill to the left 3 times before back up to the highway. He's got a superb run, just needs to secure it neatly. He's going to go the high line. We're on board with Arska, of course. He's got even better momentum behind him. He's gone for the double. 1 down potentially.
Oh no, surely
Johnny's going to close the door.
Yeah, Oscar, the winner out of that one. He lined that up perfectly. Matty just wasn't committed enough, or just didn't get a good enough exit. It looked like he did, but it wasn't able to get the move done at all. And yeah, nice opportunistic move, by Oscar, and he might get another one here as Jaban takes the fastest lap.
excellent. Yeah, the Gabor has to cope with looking in his windscreen to stay in touch with his teammate, but of course in his mirrors, with Zaban on a serious charge, he's taken another little sliver out of Gabor's gap, so it's less than a second now. Side by side again. Well, let's see what Arska can do. Couldn't pull it off the last lap against Johnny. He'll try again now with Matty watching on, and Michael too. So Michael Malik is in the aqua slash turquoise. Or, excuse me, that's Mad Jester, beg your pardon. So yes, I know, that's right. Michael is in the turquoise. Yeah, he's lost a bit of time there. Now let's see again, Arska. Again, he's restricted to the high lines. Most of the corners go left around here. Ooh, wobble there for Matty. But he's used a correct amount of throttle just to make sure he didn't spin.
Johnny SVK has got the widest car on the track. And he's got a slowly growing train of cars behind him, but he's doing just everything he needs to do into the braking zones to make that car as wide as possible. No one's getting through him for now.
Oh, it must be so annoying for Arska. He was really flying high a couple of laps ago with that surge against Matty. Almost got the double. Now it has to be an alternative idea, because Johnny is he's too smart to be giving up the inside line. So Arska has to probably force it out of his grip. Here we go again. You should get a good slipstream for a little bit. He needs to get to about 185 kilometers an hour to show signs he can push ahead. And now Johnny has a even better run. So remarkably tight between these two.
Yeah, but late on the brakes for Arska. Very late on the brakes. So it was Johnny early. But anyway, the short run down to the final corner is not going to be enough of an opportunity for Arska, I don't think, unless he's really, really brave. No, on the brakes earlier, Johnny can take the apex in his own time and out onto the, what would have been the home straight. I got ahead of myself there. We're obviously using the modified version. This is only the back straight in this configuration. But this is the final corner, and Johnny's run a bit wide. Does that leave him susceptible to Arska? It doesn't look like it. It looks like he's done just enough once again to keep the gap.
Dadislaw and Tamuli side by side with Mad Jester. We mentioned before, he is in the orange as usual. And Tamuli, he's got the inside line totally open. Dadislaw nowhere else to go behind Mad Jester. They're so close to the barrier there. Tamuli not gonna shirk this responsibility, and he's made the passes. Absolutely sensational. Oh, and here's Dadislaw now. He's got the momentum against Mad Jester, so he's going to be the big loser out of all this. Down 2 positions before turn 4 or 5, beg your pardon. So absolutely remarkable.
Yeah, by the time these drivers are out of one corner, they're into another one. It's kind of hard to know when one corner ends and another begins at South City Sprint 1. One of the old unofficial combinations in the for speed, because it doesn't have a pit lane. There's been one kind of fashioned on the home straight here. But yeah, we've got these two going at it again. Thamuli, who is challenging for P4 in the championship, don't forget, and he's down in P8, and he's almost going to lose. Well, actually, I think he is going to lose P9 if he's not careful. Dodislav doesn't go for the move in the end, but looks very hungry for P8.
Yeah, and I want to have an attention to Onifus, Rid, and Rony for just a moment here. They're very close together themselves. It was briefly a chance for another style, using the freedom of the open track where it was somewhat even blocked. Oh, Rid hits the wall and has given away the position to Rony, so that's a generous moment there for Rony to pick the inside line when Rid hit the wall. So yeah, thank goodness there was no collision that brought both drivers to a halt. So yeah, Rony gets going in 16th now as we return to Dodislaw and Tamuli.
Yeah, Thamuli's still on the inside. Dodislav trying to line him up somehow. It's all about the exit. This car looks like it might be 4-wheel drive, but it is rear-wheel drive from some angles. But yeah, rear-wheel drive configuration, this one, so the drivers, it's not as easy as it looks to get the power down and make full use of it on the corner exit, but Dodislav has the advantage of slipstream, or he would have done had he not driven into the wall, so Themuli can breathe for a second.
Yeah, just a second, and then he has to stay alert. And now, in the mid part of this race, Gabor has broken clear of Zaban again. So we have a contest between the Sidus pair with blue flags set to come out here. Grunchuks is going to be lapped right as I speak, so that could be a distraction for either or both of the Sidus guys. Just waiting for the right moments. Yeah, it's the worst possible point of the track as we see Themuli's perspective on his Twitch channel, which he has, as a subscriber to our channel, he gets that perk to get a free shout out and the coverage on the bottom right of our screen. There you are, simbroadcasts.tv/supporters if you want to get involved.
Yeah, Themuli's provided that all year long. Very grateful for that, as we've got movers in the background. It looks like we've got, who's that going side by side? It's Oscar. It's Oscar, and he goes wide. It's joining SVK again. So actually, well, I missed what happened there, but they've clearly gone into each other, or Oscar's gone very late onto the brakes, into the final. Into the hairpin, the first corner. And Oscar now trying to get back past Matty. Goes to the outside, so that's the unfavourable line through this corner. But yeah, Matty holds on.
Yeah, I think Johnny wanted to make amends for that, but of course Matty has every right just to snag a position away among all the confusion there. So it seems like Johnny just has to get on with the job for now, and then if there is an opportunity to see if Arska can have a fight again, and he will do so. But of course, we can see Michael Malik back, ready for round 2 in his bid to get as high as 11th, and maybe into the top 10 before the race is done.
We are cooking on gas now. This race has come alive in the midfield. We've got Michael Malik trying to find a slipstream, but Oscar has got a little bit closer at this point. We've also got Themuli and Pekka Koivunen in a dance together, and that was Majester and Dodislav close again. So lots of racing in the midfield.
Overtake for Dodislav, he can hold it. I was thinking, Dodislav should be able to cover that before the turn 2 and 3 slalom. Yeah, very nicely done. So now that really does bunch up this pack. So it looked like a 2 and a 4 grouping, but it could be all 6 drivers ready to slog it out for the opportunity to finish 9th, 10th, etc. Oh, tag of the wall for Arska just off camera there, and right in the midst of the pack of Dodislav is Majester, but of course with Johnny SVK he's got a superb run, so we're seeing this technique again in the Imprezzive to get a double slipstream effectively. So one pass, Dodislav's left the door wide open.
Wow,
I don't think he wanted to do that at all, but yeah, Johnny has P9 now, and poor Alarska hitting the wall, stuck in 12th.
Yeah, these guys really have
he's 13th now because Michael's ahead.
Yeah, Michael Malik just got Pekka Koivunen on the back straight while all this was going off. On the home straight. I keep saying the back straight. It's the home straight here. I need to slap it out myself. But Pekka's going for the move again. Oh, not Pekka, sorry. Arska's going for the move again.
Pekka needed new tyres in pits.
It's all going off. Matey versus Dodislav now. Matey takes the lead of this little group, but Dodislav's going backwards. He's about to get mugged by Michael and Arska and Onifus.
Oh, there's contact. Dodislav and Arska have been involved in a small collision there, and Dodislav will feel sore about that. Maybe he'll be given clemency. No, as a matter of fact, Arska feels like I may as well just take it. This is too much action for one day, so I may as well just get on with it.
Yeah, when you've got that many cars in that smaller space, there's going to be casualties. And, well, Dodislav unlucky to have been muscled down through so many positions. That is a lot of places to just lose like that.
Brunchuk's is getting lapped again, so we'll see him in the bright pink. Yeah, so there we go. Oh, this is going to be a headache for a lot of these drivers, as Brunchuk's has to move over. So he's on his own in 25th at the minute, but yeah, he'll take to the pits maybe just to deal with some of the headaches and possibly repair damage. Yeah, he will repair damage, so it's probably the best thing for him, just to a small break and try and rebuild his confidence.
Yeah, such is the nature of this track that it's so short. The lap times are barely, well, not even above a minute, 50 seconds-ish, as Unite is now really close behind a back marker. So this is definitely going to come into effect. We're going to see quite a lot of lapping. We're only on lap 21, so potentially 2 lappings before the race is done for most of the drivers, as we will see 3 cars from the nose cam of Unite. There's one.
Yeah, that was Spider-Man in the sort of seaweed green, I suppose you could call it. So he's out of the way now. LG Meese, there he is on camera as opposed to the commentary booth today. Of course, he does have to move aside and let these race leaders have the freedom to have a race without too many distractions, as this is the clearest part of the road for anybody really. So once LG Meese out of the way, there is a big gap that both these race leaders can fill in. And yeah, he's got the VR headset as usual, so he's got to watch every moment in his left-hand mirror just to make sure nothing goes wrong.
He was fixated and moving closer to the left. That tiny mirror. It's really funny, but he let the leaders through just fine, having spent half the lap looking left. So yeah, unique perspective indeed.
Yeah, now behind him for position will be Pekka Koivunen, and there he is. He's got his fresh set of tyres, and he's going to put everything into this this final probably 40% of the race into pressuring LG Meese for 21st. Yeah, of course, it is a long way back behind Stephen Martin, so he had trouble. I must have missed it on lap 2 or something early on. He was 15th on the grid, but now he's down in 20th. So he will be the next to be lapped by the leaders if they do catch him.
Epic stuff. We're on lap 23 of 38 as Unite and Gabor. Have they bunched up again? Yes, they have. 0.6 of a second separating these two, and they're really pushing each other here because the gap to Jaban from the lead is almost 4 seconds, and Jaban was super quick at the start of this race. I thought he might close up and challenge for the leaders, but no, he's holding his own in P3, which will be fine enough considering the competition he's got ahead of him.
Oh goodness gracious, a bit of hectic moments there. So Sufor, he's perhaps under threat of getting unlapped. That doesn't happen very often. So yeah, let's see what Sufor does, knowing that the competition a lap down is actually very competitive.
Yeah, it's Pekka Koivunen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Pekka just wants to cut through the field. He doesn't care if it's a battle for 3rd place. He just wants everything out of the way so he can concentrate on his climb back up the order.
Yeah, Matt Jester's lost 2 places as Michael, Malik and Asker both bounce off the ball. Pushing these two. Michael in the turquoise leading Asker. This car looks so good and aggressive into these corners. It's a really nice thing to look at from the front. But anyway, need to focus on the racing, not the aesthetics, as Michael goes through and begins to open up a gap. All race long, we've just seen Asker behind people, trying to get past. He's always on the attack, but he's in P12, so he's had some issues as well. As he goes around the outside on Michael, and he's going to be clear before they even reach the brakes. Michael goes deep though. Asker leaves no room Oh, holds on.
Yeah, that's master at work there. Well played. Michael has to doff his cap and say, well done. Yeah, still enough time on our lap counter to ensure that he can show what he can do himself. But this battle for the lead, we're so sorry that we can't cover it as often as the midfield, because it's just been so brilliant to watch them. But of course, Unite and Gabor, barely anything to separate them. Their best laps are a few hundredths apart. Their most recent laps, a few hundredths apart. So it's the real case of the first driver to make a mistake will determine the outcome of this battle. But Unite was not the pole sitter. He had to take the lead on lap 1, and he doesn't want to let it go.
Yeah, the gap's still only 0.6 of a second. Don't be fooled by the gap. It is the time that we want to look at, and it's, well, gone up ever so slightly, but not enough.
Lap.
Yeah, exactly. Gabor is really closing in.
Yeah, he will pick his moment for sure. If he gets one opportunity to overtake, he will use that opportunity. Whether he wins or finishes behind his teammate today, that will be his chance. But maybe sector 1 has gone better. Yeah, it certainly has. Unite has gained 0.2, so that's a huge boost to his confidence to find that sort of time in just the first 3 corners. Now the final 4, and let's see who can compete now. Or sorry, final 3 corners. So we have 6 corners. So yeah, 3 and 3 basically, and that's a 0.3. That's absolutely huge in this standard of competition to gain that many that much of an advantage, of course. So if you can keep that going, then yeah, it will be very difficult for Gabor to catch up. Brunchuk's is going to be lapped again, so yeah, you should get blue flag notices right away, and you should be able to move over as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, to gain 0.3 of a second on a lap, it not be the fastest lap over Gabor means that Gabor made a mistake, a sizable mistake, and the gap continues to go up. So either Unite's responding with some consistency, or Gabor has hit the cliff. But we will see. Side by side with Brunchuk's. And he's let him through, which is nice. He needs to do the same with Gabor, and he does. Our leaders are through and clear.
Yes, they should be safe to carry on for a bit longer, but there will be a big queue. We have Yarikitala actually and Rid there going for position, and I think Yari he was much braver into turn 4, so he gets the reward, and Rid's confidence has definitely taken a big hit in this most recent part of the race, so yeah, he just needs to try and build himself up. We now have on camera, of course, Sufor. He wants to catch up to Zaban for P3 to get his name back into the best of the rest category. The 2 teammates, El Nano and Sufor, were 3rd and 4th on the grid, but Zaban got himself through against both of them, so he needs to hang on to it.
Yeah, and he might struggle because he had the pace earlier on Sufor, but it looks like Sufor is not done with him yet. He wants that podium back, which would be a nice finish for his season to get another one. So we'll see how that battle plays out. But his teammate, El Nano, is also in the top 5, and that's a good result. I don't think we've seen El Nano as close to his teammate in recent rounds.
No, I suppose not. It really has been Sufor who gets the bulk of the points, but yeah, El Nano, this would be a great big leap in his reputation to get a top 5 in an RTFR. And of course, the battle for 6th position will be acknowledged too, as Lorenzo and Tamuli will go head to head for that position. Lorenzo has lost 4 hundredths on that last lap, with Tamuli zoned in on his target. We'll try and use as much of that curbing on the inside as possible and avoiding the wall. Very good job. You can see it perfectly from his stream on his channel, Thamuli_.
We need a sponsor, Owen, for these cameras.
Yeah, any volunteers? We'll certainly be happy to do a NASCAR style. Here's the Coca-Cola family of drivers.
Make it happen.
Yeah, get involved.
Anyway, Thamuli looking racy and trying to close up to the back of Lorenzo. Speaking of sponsorship, tonight's the night that the prizes for RTFR get handed out after tonight's action. Once we've got some back markers there kind of parked up at the first corner. But these two are getting closer and closer. Thamuli down into turn 2, onto this home straight.
Yeah, it's certainly an equal fight there, and another fastest lap. But Unite has taken it back. So, if anything, yeah, he is wrestling the grip of the race away from Gabor. It's not often that he feels that sort of role reversal, but yeah, it's time running out for Gabor. 6 laps to go, I believe, and there is a bit of lap traffic, of course. Stephen Martin will overtake Rid, so Rid is not enjoying. Oh, Stephen just braked himself into the barrier in turn 4. So I was about to say Rid wasn't enjoying the combo, but it's a mistake from Stephen.
Oh, and Rony's removed the runoff. So
yeah,
it's a pretty brutal trip into the barrier there now. There's normally a runoff there. It's one of the most viewed kind of corners in LFS. That corner, raced in the other direction, of course. But yeah, there's normally a runoff, which Steve's gone into. But anyway, loses a bunch of places as a result.
He's let the leaders ahead, so. That's an unfortunate one. So Jay was able to profit from that as well. So Pekka Koivunen, he'll be next on the horizon there. So we'll see if Pekka can put Stephen under pressure as well. So we'll get back to that in a while. But yeah, the leaders, neither were affected by that crash. They're able to carry on, and they will register new strong lap times there. An equal fastest lap there for Gabor, but it doesn't register because it was Unite who set his fastest lap first.
Yeah, the gap came down by 1.5 tenths, and the lap timer came down by 1 lap to 35 out of 38. Just 4 to go, including this one. Gabor needs to hope that he's saved enough in the tank if he wants to try and win this. But right now, Unite, coming off the back of obviously his RTFR XL win, championship in fact, not just win, he has the momentum with him, and he's writing this one in his name at this very moment. But never say never. Gabba, he's an interesting character, and he can pull out something special when he needs it. And let's see if that time is.
Oh my word, that's better than qualifying.
Yeah,
49.43.
4 tenths he closed in. And the gap's down to half a second. We've got more traffic as well, so 3 to go in the lead, and it's starting to get exciting again at the front.
Without a doubt, yeah. And Unite has to slow. He has to slow. Doesn't want to hit Rovnold in the back.
Oh, we've got traffic.
Yeah, Brunchuk's already out of the way, so he knows what's up. It's
Rovnold needs to get out of the way now. He needs to let Unite through.
Let him go.
There we go. But Gabor's now going to get held up because Rovnold's not going to be able to get out of the way through here, and that is going to be telling in this race. It's contact.
Wow.
Oh, that might have actually helped Gabor. When you glance off a car like that, it can push you forward. He was lucky, but he will be frustrated with that because that will have caused him some damage and may have held him up a bit, but it looked like he was okay. The gap is down to 3,500. So yeah, 2 tenths gained again. 2 to go, and really late on the brakes again for Gabor.
And it's Jari Katila in the yellow car who will be in the way. So World Class Lions, they will be giving the prize money to Antivalta over our festive break, but of course he has to yield to the Sidus cars. They're so used to glory here in RTFR. As we mentioned earlier, Gabor broke the all-time record of pole positions in the series with his 35th registered pole position, which was one better than Botsy as he finally broke clear of him. But now with final lap, Gary may have just helped.
A slipstream. Yeah,
a huge slipstream to help Unite out before he has to give up track position, or is he holding on to the inside? Oh, wow, that could have been incredible and frustrating, depending on who you're cheering for.
I was cheering for Gary Catilla in that very moment after your monologue, but Unite's done enough just now, so let's see what he can do. 2 corners to go.
It's now or never. He needs the absolute launch of a lifetime to win the race, but it's not going to be. It's Unite. He has had a great couple of weeks, and he will sign off on the 2024 Rony's Tuesday Fundraise campaign with a stellar victory. Took away Gabor's ability to convert the record pole into a win with an amazing pass on lap 1, and he can do a 360 at speed to get the bragging rights over his teammate. Zaban 3rd, Sufor is taken 4th, and El Nano sets brilliant 5th place behind his teammate. Well done.
Thank you so much, Owen. That was a wicked season, brought to a dramatic conclusion. But Unite takes the RTFR XL Championship for 2024 and a race win in the final round of RTFR. And with it, he's going to secure P3 in this championship as well. So a very successful year for Unite, and I think about time too.
Yeah, I think we do give him a bit of grief every now and again, but when the time is right, he really is a splendid driver, and it's been exemplified today. He should hopefully get into victory lane. He's earned it, so don't forget. I know it's probably been a little while since he's had the superiority over everyone else, but don't forget, you can enter the victory lane and celebrate an end to a wonderful year.
Come on, Unite, we've paid this cameraman specifically for this job, and your podium's just been stolen by... Who's that? That's making their way up there.
Rovnald wants it.
Rovnald wants it. Well, to be fair, he featured in the result at the very end there, but there we go. Very, very nice finish to the final round of the championship. Very nice stuff. Let's take a look at the confirmed race results then. It's Unite with the gold medal. The top step of the podium, though not on victory lane yet, in 31 minutes and 38 seconds, with Gabba, his teammate, P2 on this occasion, but he fought him to the very end. It looked like it might go the other way as Unite climbs victory lane now. And kind of not mentioned for the second half of the race, but Jaban. A fine return. And finally gets a podium in RTFR this season. But there we go. That's your top 3. We've got Sufor, best of the rest with his teammate, El Nano just behind, Lorenzo, Thamuli, Onifus, Johnny SVK and Asker. Johnny SVK and Asker both with a lot of airtime tonight, getting their top 10. Then Matty, Michael Malik, Rony, Dodislav unlucky there in P14, was really contending for, at one point he was up in, P4, I think? And looking to get a better result than what he managed there. Manchester, again, I think he'll be disappointed too. P15, Jari Katila, Rovnald, Rid, Jay, and Pekka Koivunen finishing, but having a dramatic race himself there in P20. Over on the second page, the final page tonight, we have Steve Martin, Hermani, Spiderman, and Brunchucks, who finished 24th, and our final finisher of the race. In the end, it was too much for Misi. Spent too long looking in his mirrors and got a bit frustrated with it. So a DNF for him this evening. Hachiroku and Liberty Cruise racing big in our final position there. 22 laps off the lead in 27th place. Owen, that wraps up an excellent season of RTFR.
It certainly does, yeah. It's been very memorable again. We've had the ability to mix in the mods, as we've seen today, with the Imprezzive, with our standard fare of Live for Speed vehicles. So yeah, it has definitely been what you'd love to see out of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. A lot of existing names have done well, and we've seen some excellent newcomers join into the series as well. But hopefully that trend will carry forward into the new year.
Hopefully so, and we hope that all of you can join us for that, because that is a wrap on the 2024 coverage of Race Green events, and with it the final round of RTFR is in the books. Next year, Rony's Tuesday Fun Race is going to celebrate a few milestones, Owen. We're on the 348th, so in January it'll be the 350th RTFR. That's a big milestone for the series, and a few more throughout the year. And let's, of course, thank World Class Lines. They've been super all season long and sponsoring the championship. Great turnout from the World Class Lines team. They always put in the effort to turn up and score some points and provide us with some great action. But the man himself, Rony, take a bow, because he's done another fantastic job. He's organised at least one race every week for the entire year, with his other championship, which we don't currently broadcast. Not saying we won't do it in the future, but providing 4 races a month for the LFS community. It's quite something.
Oh, it is indeed. Yeah, it is a huge undertaking to make sure that he admins all of the records and make sure that people select the combos when they are valid to do so. You have to make sure everything is tested. You have to get the lap count correct, and you have to do all these sort of little checks to make sure everything is ready to go for a race day. And of course, the turnaround. There is always the regular, then you have an XL, then you have a regular. So 3 weeks in a row before you get a week off. That's definitely a big undertaking to do that constantly in every month of the year. It is absolutely brilliant. So thanks so much to Rony.
Yeah, and thanks to you, Owen. You've done another season, and it's been a good one. There's been a few gems this season. We get kind of a smattering of them, don't we? But this season, I feel, was full of them. So a really, really nice one. Maybe it just came down to the combos in the end, but the drivers at the front seemed hungry for action. I think there was a lot more action in this season than we've seen potentially in some of the others. But yeah, thanks, Owen, for joining me.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And we're always fascinated to see how things get on with the random set of cars and tracks. So yeah, it's all up to the driver who is valid to pick, whether it be the winner or else someone who has picked twice in a row. It has to drop down until there is someone who hasn't had a turn yet, really, to be able to take our next combo forward. So yeah, it's always great to get involved every Tuesday that a race is on.
Indeed. Well, we will see you next year for RTFR, I'm sure. But for now, that's 2024 is a wrap for Race Green. But let's see what's coming up for the rest of this year. We have 2 broadcasts left, and both of them are for the Fragmasters team. We've got GTI Thursday on Thursday, would you believe, and Fox Friday on which day, Owen?
Well, Friday, shouldn't it be? This coming Friday, hopefully.
It wasn't a trick question. 2 Fragmasters races this week to round up 2 more championships, the final round of GTI Thursday and Fox Friday on those days, respectively. We hope you can join us for those before the festive period really gets into a swing. So, Owen, for the final time this year, let's thank our audience as well and the drivers. They've all been splendid, and we hope you have a good one. We'll see you on the next, and from all of us here, good night.
So long, bye-bye.